So I first of all want to thank everybody for the nice comments and everything. Thank you. You guys are so sweet, so nice. But this is just gonna be a shorter video, I think, because I forgot to mention something in my last video about Amber's Lockout Live appearance, but that's okay because I kind of want to talk more in depth about it. So, essentially, Amberlynn's appearance on Lolcow Rewind with Zay Zooted and Billy the Fridge or whatever. Um, Amber is they talk about the Rarity situation, and again, Amber gives a different story of events. This time, by the way, this time in the Lolcow Rewind stream, she neglects to mention the fact about her and Emily fighting before Emily had to go to work. She just acts like her and Emily were sleeping and then Emily had to go to work and she just forgot to leave or forgot to fully shut the door, as if Emily would forget to shut her door of her own house. But that's besides the point. So, they go through that and then Amber, then Gracie's brought up, and Amber then goes,
do notice about both of these situations is this cat, Gracie, that happened like 11 years ago, when she ran away, it was because we just moved to a completely different place. And then with Rarity, I was traveling, so it was also an unfamiliar place. So that is something that I was like, oh my God. So I looked into it more, and cats are more likely to run away when you move, travel, when you're somewhere that they're not used to.
when I heard her say that, I wanted to reach through the screen, grab that bleep's hair, and drag her. Because, girl, that's why we told you not to bring your damn cats. That is why we told you not to bring them. And that is why it is your fault that Rarity ran away. Regardless of if you purposely left the door open or not. It doesn't fucking matter if it was on purpose or not, because you were negligent. You didn't do your due diligence and research beforehand to see if your cats would actually be more comfortable traveling with you rather than just staying somewhere else where they would be looked after more, thoroughly. Amberlynn Reid, are you fucking serious? Like, and this is not the first time she's done things like this where people tell her, "Hey, don't do that." And then she does it, and then the consequences of doing that happens, and then afterwards she's like, I just learned that actually this is something I shouldn't have done. And it's like, girl, we don't tell you things just because, like, I know she likes to think that we tell her things to make her upset and to make her mad, but that is not, it is absolutely not why people tell her things. It's because people care about her animals. People really truly do care about the well-being of her animals. And I don't understand her, like, she says that. She acknowledges that Rarity ran away because she was in an unfamiliar place, essentially. And who brought her to that unfamiliar place? Amberlynn Reid did. Why did she bring her to that unfamiliar place? For some allegedly, if that even happened. More like all she really got was some fighting, really, yelling and distraught. Also, by the way, can somebody bring up that video that Emily leaked of Amber standing outside of her car being like, "Can you please come in?" Can somebody please drop that in the Lolcow Discord? Fucking A. Yeah, she's done that before where it's just, same with the microchips. People told her to get them microchipped for a reason. She had already had a pet on her watch. Get out, Gracie. Yes, it wasn't her pet, but she should have saw that and saw how easily that happened and taken extra precautions to make sure that if her cats did get out, she would be able to find them again. But she didn't. She did not. Beyond the fact that after Rarity got out, it took her another like 6 months at least to get the rest of her pets microchipped. Okay, she did not do that immediately after. Also, Amber did not immediately come on and tell people that Rarity was missing. The reason why Amber even told people Rarity got out was because people found the missing posters, the missing flyers, whatever, lost cat flyers, and people were like, "Is this real?" Because the information is wrong on it. You know why the information was wrong? Because Emily made the damn flyers. Amber, if you're watching this, just know that it doesn't matter. Nobody, I really do not give a shit if you let Rarity out to stay longer or not. It doesn't matter. You definitely did, though, bring your pets because you wanted to stay for a long time. Did you not? And because of that, you irresponsibly brought your cats and let them just run about in a place that they are unfamiliar with. Therefore, Rarity is no longer with you. Hopefully she's with somebody else, but she's no longer with you. And that she keeps right, she says she was gaslit into thinking it was a bad decision for her to bring Rarity after Rarity has already gone. Amber, you Rarity got out. What do you, she would do it all over again, right? She would bring Rarity all over again if she were to redo this situation. If Rarity was still with her and she was going to see Emily again, she would bring Rarity. And that is irresponsible. That is irresponsible. It shows that she doesn't really see the problem. Even though she acknowledges that Rarity got out because she was in an unfamiliar place, most likely. Right, and Amber says that Rarity loved to rub on the concrete. So why would you not make sure, double check that like all everything is secure so that Rarity's not out doing whatever. I also want to mention that the reason that people have started to think, oh, maybe she really did let Rarity out is because of two reasons. One, her story has changed. And the story was not just changed between who left the door open. That was not the only thing that changed. Okay? I'll link a I'll link a video down below to Leo, who I've also been using to stream snipe. So thank you. And if you want to stream snipe, I'm sure they'll be stream sniping more. So yeah. But I'll link that video down below, and they go over Rachel's video that goes over the different Rarity stories. So you can see there for yourself, like I'm not gonna go over the different details, but it's more than just who left the door open. That's more. There's more to that. Okay. So the details have changed, and so it's like, okay, well, why are the details changing if it really was just an accident, right? Why are all of these different details changing? And then secondly, it's because when Amber finally told Emily that Rarity was out on text messages, it was during a conversation where Emily was essentially kicking Amber out. And so she Emily was like, I want you gone. I want you out of my house. And then Amber went, Rarity got out. And then she was like, so she says Rarity got out, right? And then she's like, she kind of brushes that off because she misread Emily's text. And so she is like responding how she really meant to respond. And then later on, she's like, Princess got out. But then she says, no, 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 Princess actually didn't get out. And so all of these things together is why people don't believe what Amber has to say about it. And why it doesn't really matter whether or not she did actually let Rarity out or not. It's still her fault, you know? It's the difference between murder and manslaughter. You're still getting charged. Sorry. Okay. I think that's all I have to say. I do think I will be sniping or yeah, looking into this next Loghow live. I am not going to stay very long if it's going to be boring. Um, and I suspect most people won't. So, yeah, and Foodie was going to join, but then I guess she's she's not joining. She said on her community post she's not joining, so I don't know. Who knows? Not me. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what y'all think. Um, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.